Okay. I was watching some video and I want to see if it was true. This source is from the government. It says .gov in the actual site. Um, yeah, so it is credible. It's chapter 5, which implies there's more chapters, which I don't know what the other chapter said, but I couldn't care less because this should be good enough for me to ascertain enough of the information in that YouTube video to be true, because it's from the government and I'm okay with believing it. What did I find there? It was considered stats on, yeah, and that was, yeah, yeah. So let's just see if it's true. Yeah, you can search it up and Google and look for it. The same document somewhere. I downloaded it. So I want to see if it's true. So I looked through this. So I'm just gonna skip way down because I don't really care. I mean, I do care, but that's later. I want to look at the stats. So we're gonna start with this one. So this is talking about child abuse when there's a family with only a mother. Mother. That's what it implies. But if you, I don't know what this person was thinking, because I'm reading it and I don't know if it's just single mother homes or single just family homes, because if you look at the language over here, it says rate of child abuse. Yes, it says rate of child abuse, but it also implies something about just parent household. It implies something different than what the title of the whole thing says. So I'm not really sure if it's just a single mothers or both, because it's obviously implying single mothers because it says the title of single mothers. I'm not really sure, but we'll discuss that later. But for now, I'm just going to go with the stats of single parent household. It's just 18.5. I can go for single mother. How many single family, single mother in the US. I should write US here, which is 11 million instead of 18.5, which is single parents. So if we were, I mean, I'm thinking this is what they're implying here, because if single mothers are the majority of the people here, so I'm guessing that what they were trying to say, maybe I'm not sure, well, but there's 18.5 million people that are has single parent household, but they could also imply from that that 11 million of them were are just single mothers, which means there's more mothers. Maybe that was their plan, but either way, so there's about 3% of all children that has single parent household is abused apparently, which is interesting. It's a lot. That's if you think about it, the 0.1% increase is a lot because of the fact that it's such a big uh, amount of people. So if I calculate this, so I multiply this by 0.03, it's about 540 million. If I multiply this by 11 million instead, which is second. Let me get my calculator out. Multiply by 0.03 is about 330,000. If you multiply that for the amount of children that are abused, if it was talking about single mother household, it is 33,000. If it was combining all of them, and this was all both stats for a single parent household for both, it would be 54 something 54,000, which means that if I minus this, so if I minus 54,000 and then 33,000, so if I do this minus this, so 21,000 is the, maybe that was the reason, because the male is a single father is 21,000 and a single mother is 300,000. I don't know. I was implying that. I'm not sure. This could be data for just the mother, because it's implying here that it's a single mother household. It could be a combination of both, because that, and then they could imply that more mothers are more abusive, because if you look at the total stats, that could be it. It doesn't really indicate that here, and I'm really confused. You see how the data is confusing? This over here, therefore, is really confusing data. I don't really trust it. Therefore, I just, for now, will highlight it red because I don't understand it. Even though it's from the government, something's wrong with the data. And they should have been more precise or somewhere. And I hope they are more precise somewhere else because I don't really like how unprecise they are. But let's look at that. Okay, so next page 72 could find a single parent household are more likely to be victim of physical and sexual abuse than students who live in a biological compared to their peers. Okay, I get that, but that you're again saying a single mother household and single father household. You're not just saying single mothers here, which indicates that you are not really doing this correctly. I don't really understand why they don't specify. There's two ways I can look at this. This title specifies as a single mother household, which indicates then that it is going to be said that it's going to be like this amount of people are being abused by their single mother household, but they don't really indicate it more over here, which confuses the hell out of me because you should really indicate it more clear, right? Or they could I could I don't know. I mean, is there more data somewhere that I'm not finding here? Okay, so this data is pretty alarming, which um, indicates maybe, I don't know. Anyways, this found that parent has sexual abuse. Okay, so it keeps us saying one parent, which could mean it could be mother or father. Uh, but the title is biased, maybe? I don't know. It is again confusing. It's like this whole thing is like a huge red thing. Could be just saying that one family household is bad, which is true. It's always true. They're more abusive, they say. So having one mother or father could be abusive either way. But yeah, not to say that two family household cannot be abusive. As you can say, 13.5 is a huge number. Even though it's not as big, you can say that's 2% about if I round up because it's 0.555, which is like point 0.6, which is 0.2. So it's 2%, which is a huge number. If I estimate that with the big number, I mean it could depending on what the title means, it could be two different numbers because the title could have more importance and then it could be implied or something like that. So depending on what the title is important or not, there could be two numbers here as abuses for two family members either way. Because let me check actually. Uh, um, how many um, um, families in the USA? Uh, Well, I, oh my god, I need to figure out the families. How many nuclear families are in the U.S.? Just looking for the U.S. 50%. Uh, let's see. So, uh, so it is 13. Oh, what? That sounds really small. So I'll just count this. I'm sure it's bigger because the total population of the USA, I believe last time I counted, was 300 million, which is not a lot, technically speaking, because China is like 1 billion, which is three times, no, four times as big as, actually, I think it's four times, right? As big as the population USA, which tells you a lot, if I remember correctly. Actually, population of USA, and I can say, yeah, 33 billion, and then we can say China and look at the difference. And I want to say, all right, so I can check 141 B divided by 300 mil, which is not a lot. A lot of people think it's a lot. Wait a second, it's 300. Sorry, 300. So I can do 1.41 in my calculator with the e to the, I forgot what it was. It's a 9, right? Divided by 300 to the e to the 6, which is, so China is has a bigger population than America by 4.7 times, which tells you about the level of corruption in China. Because if it's that big, there's bound to be more corruption than America, and you know. It's a dictatorship either way. It's also a communist country, which is an evil, which means it's an evil country. I mean, it's bad because they abuse workers and all that shit. Um, Either way, for that shows you how much bigger China is compared to the USA. Uh, Not really that important for what I'm trying to look at. I'm just looking for proof that, anyways, there are that 32% who were raised with blah blah. Okay, so okay. Okay, okay, and then make go 10%, 20, no way. Okay, I'm now just confused. So over here says 27%, which means in the 10% of all families, um, step families make up about 10%, 27. That means 34% lives with their both biological. Uh, what? So if I add this up, 34 refuse. I don't think that adds up to 100. um, this is a government database, government documents. I'm really confused why there's such difference. I might be analyzing this wrong, which implies that I need to check everything here. But for the sake of it, I'm just gonna keep on going and hope that someone else can figure out the mistake, because there's 42% that's missing here. 42, man. Uh, is missing here with what's red over here. I'm I'm just confused. And over here, 120. That's over 100%, which is, to what? Compared to their peers. And peers, what do they define as peers here? Shit. Oh, people with both. Um, okay. I guess 42% is like the people without children. I'm just way confused. As you can see, I'm not really sure. So the biggest gripe here is the title here. Title can make it mean two things, which is 20, no, not 20, 54 thousand people that children are being abused, or it could mean 33, 330 thousand children are being abused. It could be one of these two. I don't know which one is the right one, uh, depending on how you look at the wording over here. Because I mean, depending on how important you think the title is, because the title is implying is the mothers are being abusive to their children, while the when I read it, it says single parent household, which could mean father and mother, uh, which I'm really not sure what to say about this. This is a government document, and I'm really not sure if this is a real. I mean, it doesn't really make too much sense, but we'll just run with it. Let's see. But that tells me nothing. I watched a video trying to figure this shit out, and I figured out nothing from an actual document, which means you should look for another document. But yeah, maybe. But this is a government document, so I don't know what to say um, about that. Okay, so there's more stats here. Maybe I should read this more properly over here. Wait, there's chapter 6, which means there's chapter 4 somewhere that I haven't been able to find somewhere. Oh, how much more I need to look for. Wait, is this. Okay, so this is. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Let me copy this. Go back to here. Wait, try this. Okay. This is what I looked at. And as you can see, it's government because GOV. Mm. This is where I looked at because this is the father portion, mother portion of my food. Because I saw a video about it, which uh, I'm just looking for more stats, but there's doesn't one second. There's a that's not really what I'm looking for, but sure, fun thing to note. Not really the statistics I wanted. Hmm, hmm, I don't know. There's a lot. I mean, I'm pretty sure you could write an essay on any of these shit if you really wanted to. But there's not a lot of data that I can see that's worthwhile mentioning. Hmm, I don't care. Leave it. I'm quite interested, but at the same time, it's like that's the chapter 5 was what I was looking for because obviously I was looking at a video that said there's more traumatic situation with having a single mother, which according to this document is inconclusive because their language has got them bad. But that's all I can say with it because either it's correct because of the fucking title says so, which means the title is like right. Like it just I need to find another, which means I could look for another document about this. Um, but it's a government document, which I'm really confused about. I could look it up later, and if I find another video on this, I'll definitely go back.